Osio, it's the native dev. Hey, if you're watching this video, you're probably interested in mobile development, which is just software engineering for mobile applications. So you're probably wanting to figure out how you can start making mobile apps. I'm going to focus primarily on making apps for Apple and Android devices. I'm going to be putting this together in the mindset of going from knowing absolutely nothing about how to do any of this to eventually being able to do this on your own and becoming an expert. However, what's going to set my courses apart from probably other things that you see on the internet, on YouTube, wherever you're looking at videos on how to do this, is I'm going to focus on developing an actual foundation for this. A lot of tutorials that you're going to watch, it will be like, let's make an app in one video. You'll be able to know how to make mobile apps. Quite frankly, that's not teaching you the basic fundamental skills. I would compare that to like a sports coach telling you, I'm going to teach you how to be a professional athlete in just 2 short months. When really, if you don't have a lot of those foundational skills, that's not going to be very realistic. Maybe you'll be able to know the rules of the sport. Maybe you'll start to be able to understand how the team works together or be able to call a play, but you won't actually have the fundamental skills that's going to make you an expert in that field. So one thing that I do want to call out here in these courses is don't expect to go from knowing absolutely nothing to being a professional expert in a short amount of time. This is going to take time. You're going to have to be working at this. You might be able to get through these videos in a short amount of time, but you're going to have to be doing a lot of practice on your own even after you finish watching these videos. So by no way am I going to claim that you will become ready for a job in 3 months just watching these videos. That wouldn't be true. But I am going to give you a good foundation so that you can understand how you can get a good start and hopefully give you a better foundation and a better start than other people that are jumping straight in trying to just build an app. With that being said, the first video that we're going to talk about today is version control. Version control might be an unconventional place to start, but hopefully you'll understand as we go through this why I'm starting here. So first of all, what is version control? Version control is a tool that we have as developers, not just mobile developers. Every software engineer is going to use some form of version control hopefully, if they know what they're doing, they're going to be using some form of version control. So what is it? Version control is a tool that lets you organize and track the history and changes to a project. And you'll probably get to understand more of what that means as we go through some of this course and the tutorial on version control. But just to give you a quick example is if you take any app update of an app on your phone, we can use Facebook just as an example first off. If you have the Facebook app, or if not, use another app that you have on your phone, you'll notice that if you go into the App Store or the Google Play Store, you're going to see a specific version of this app. And you're going to notice probably over time that more versions become available as time goes on. And each of those have certain changes. And you'll see inside of the App Store or the Google Play Store that they'll call out certain changes. You'll see, what's new? Oh, we added this feature, we fixed this bug. Version control is the tool that lets us track those changes. Something to remember when we're talking about version control is that most of these apps are not just one person working on it and building all these changes, all these features, all these bug fixes. It is most likely going to be a team, and the bigger the app, probably the bigger the team working on those changes together. So it's important to be able to stay organized within those changes. So you don't want one person making changes to the app, adding some feature, and then another person doing the same thing and then adding those somewhere into the app and those things clashing with each other. We want to keep those organized so that when this person works on one feature and this person works on another feature, and then you put them together, it works and you have something stable. So version control also gives you a way to test those changes when they're all together. It gives you a way to put them in one place, have a spot that you can test the changes, make sure everything's working together, and then call that what you're going to release. It also makes it easy to compare changes, so you can actually see line by line what the differences are between what this guy's working on and what you're working on. You can also see if one person has a change that actually helps you make your changes even faster, and then you can go ahead and take those changes and put it in yours and get a jump start on what you're working on. It also gives you a way to talk about best approaches. You can maybe say, oh, I see you're making this change. That's not the best approach right now, and this is why, and have that conversation and then make those changes. It also gives you a way to choose which features actually make the cut. Maybe someone works on a feature, you test it, you see it actually in use, you give it to users, you don't really like it, your product team doesn't really like it, they say, never mind, we thought that was going to be better than it is, and it's not really what our users want, and it gives you a way to just scrap those changes as well. Another big thing that version control does for you is it gives you just a way to really explore in the code, to try out new things without worrying about breaking things inside your main line of code that's actually going to get released. It lets you break off of the main line, test a bunch of stuff, play around with the code, decide, hey, this is a good idea, this really is cool, or not. So there's many kinds of version control as well. The one we're going to focus on in this course is called Git. Why are we going to focus on Git? Well, it's the most widely used system for version control. Besides just being the one that most people use, there's some really good benefits to Git as well. One is that you have a lot of backup. So if you accidentally delete something on your version, or if someone deletes the whole main code line, it's okay because everyone else on the team has a copy locally. And since it's local, it also makes it quick compared to other systems for version control. You have it on your computer. You don't have to be doing like an internet call every time you're trying to make a change. So you're able to make changes quickly and test quickly. So with that, let's go ahead and get into how we can get started with Git.